October 19th, 2016, the year of our Lord. And it's New Things Day, where I talk about the things I got throughout the week, because today is the real new day that matters, new comic book day. And that's what I'm going to talk about first. I got a lot of books again this week. A lot of books. Something's going on, and it seems every week I'm getting upwards of 15 books. I'm not going to say I'm mad about it. My wallet may not be that happy about it, but we'll see. There may be some cuts coming. Cyborg 3. Still not sure how I feel about this book. I want to give it 5 issues, but it feels weird to me. Although I do really like the art in it. We'll see where this goes. Hopefully this one's a little better. Batman 9. I liked the Tim Sale. I think that's who did the other cover. The Tim Sale Bane cover, but it seemed incomplete to me. There was a whole pile of skulls at the bottom, but it just looked like it wasn't finished. And I liked the purple on this, although it looks very pink on my camera. Maybe it is pink. Maybe I'm colorblind. Trinity number 2. I'm so interested to see where Manapul is going to take this on his own. He was just handed the 3 biggest characters in the DCU and said, "Hey, go for it." At least I hope that's what happened. I hope they didn't give him a script to do, but I don't know. I like Francis Manapul's art, and I'm interested to see where he goes with this. And I really enjoy this cover. Kind of symmetrical, but also at the same time not. Green Lanterns 9. I love this series. I love the combination of Simon Baz and Jessica Cruz. I love their combinations of problems, their combinations of their thought processes. I love everything about this book. It's fantastic. Manifest Destiny number 24, wrapping up the Sasquatch story, which I read the last week, or the last issue of this on the cover. I thought it said 6 of 6. So when I finished it, I was mad, and I said, we didn't finish anything. There's nothing got solved here. Luckily, I was wrong, and hopefully we'll wrap up the story here. Didn't even know this was coming out. Well, I did, kind of, but I completely forgot about it, and there wasn't even enough for the shelf at my shop, and I got one of them. It is Deadpool Too Soon? Question mark? Because I guess you didn't hear the inflection on soon. I guess the only thing, I think Four Brush Man dies in this, and that's all I know. That's all I know. But because I think this might be Four Brush Man's first appearance since the Not Branded books, or maybe something with who's that guy that did the Marvel books? Those I'm never gonna pull his name. Never gonna pull Hembeck. Wow, that was way back there. I think Four Brush Man may have popped up in a Hembeck book every now and then, but other than that, I don't think Four Brush Man makes an appearance in any books. So I'm interested to see what this is about, and I don't completely hate Todd Knox artwork at all. Not at all. I'm not familiar with Joshua Quarren, so see how that is. Archie 13, introducing Cheryl Blossom. And this is the first time I ever got a cover that was like the main cover, I think. I did have the variant that had... Actually, I could tell you who did the variant. My shop had the variant that Audrey Mock did, but I really like this Veronica Fish cover. It's very simple yet very busy at the same time, and I'm a big fan of that. And it's beautiful. So looking forward to that as always. Archieverse for life. Silk number 13, consistently a solid book that I undervalue. I think I don't value this book as much as I do, and I think if it went away, I would be sad. Death of X 2 of 4. I picked up one on a whim and really enjoyed it, and I think it's basically just planting the seeds for Inhumans versus X-Men. That's all that's happening. But because I love the Inhumans, and because I'm really liking Aaron Kuder's pencils on this, and because I saw the cover for the next couple, I am in love with this cover, by the way. That cover is amazing to 3. And it's only 4 issues. If this would have been $4.99, I probably wouldn't have got it. because I don't need to buy a whole series of minis for $4.99 each, or a whole minis series with each issue $4.99. Here we go, new number 1. Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye, number 1, and I got this gorgeous cover. I love this cover. I liked the one that was like initially put out there, the main cover, but this one just, I like everything about it, the simplicity and the symmetry and the plainness of it. I love everything about it. I can't wait to read that book. Although I will say, the art, I flipped through it, the art is not what I expected. It's kind of more cartoony than I was expecting, but if it lends itself to the story and that works, then I don't care what the art looks like, as long as it's not Michael Allred. I don't know how I feel about this cover. It feels lazy to me. This is Mighty Thor 12. I get what's happening. I get the idea behind it, but it just feels like a lazy cover to me. But if there's anybody's, wow, the interiors are gorgeous. Oh, that's why. Well, Russell Dauterman did some of the art. I love Russell Dauterman's artwork. The other doesn't look bad either, but if there's somebody's book that you can't judge by its cover, it is Jason Aaron's, because he just delivers on this Thor book. I don't care what you think about the female Thor. If you like a well-written story, Jason Aaron will deliver it to you in Mighty Thor. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Pink, number 4 of 6. Love this Power Rangers resurgence. I love everything about it. And I actually got super hyped when I saw that Justice League and Power Rangers are going to have a crossover. Don't know how it's going to work. Don't know what's going to happen, but excited about it. Next up, Infamous Iron Man number 1, The Rise of Doom. And I'm very excited about this. I feel like I haven't seen Doom in a while. I just watched the Rise of the Silver Surfer Fantastic Four movie, and oh boy, it's bad. It's bad. Although the Doom in that is not as bad as I would. Not as bad as the movie. Let's go that far. I don't want to give it too much credit. Uncanny Inhumans number 14. Civil War II tie-in, apparently. Still. We have Iron Man destroying Attilan, it looks like. Is it still called Attilan? Might still be called Attilan. I don't know if it's called Attilan. Deadpool, last but not least, Deadpool Back in Black number 2. And is that Power Pack on there? How long has it been since we've seen Power Pack? I'm going to go on a limb and say it's Power Pack. I want it to be. I at least want it to be Power Pack. Just tell me it is Power Pack. Sold. Okay, that's it for the books, for the comics. Next thing I got is this gorgeous sweater. I didn't have any sweaters with lightning patterns on them, so I needed to pick this up. Another thing I collect is sweaters, ugly sweaters, comfy sweaters, itchy sweaters, just plain sweaters, sweater vests, button-up sweaters, crew necks, sweaters. I collect sweaters. But that may be a video for another time when I have a gallon of hot tea beside me and can work my way through that dullard that I become when I talk about sweaters. But yes, this happened, and I love the sweater. And I don't have many red sweaters either. So a red lightning bolt pattern sweater, consider me in. And it's as itchy as it looks, so we're good all around. Something I didn't mention last week that I mentioned it, but I didn't have it. South Village, the third Ash McKenna book by Rob Hart. I love the character Ash McKenna, and I'm about 60 pages into this, and as soon as the first sentence is read, you're back right into Ash McKenna's world, right back into his mind, right back into his attitude, and it's a fully enveloping story. I love everything about this universe around Ash McKenna. I love the character Ash McKenna, and I'm stoked about this. Rob Hart is actually the brother of a good friend of mine, and I always get, always is the third book, so 3 times, I've gotten it autographed to me, and this one actually says, thanks for all the support. So, that I'm kind of famous, right? Right? 150 years from now, this book pops up at Antiques Roadshow and I'm long dead. And Rob Hartz went on to write 400 Asher McKenna books, and they say, oh, the third one. Supported him. Well, they'll give him about 150 pesos because the peso will be the world currency. Get this euro out of here. Nobody wants the euro. I don't know where that whole bit came from. I'm not happy with it. Now, books that I saved. Still working on them. Still got piles of them. Still got a full shelf. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, probably 8 stacks left. And I try to do like a quarter to a half a stack of videos. So I still got a good bit of these left. First up, a library bound, which you know is a good thing right off the bat. Martin Page's The Man Who Stole the Mona Lisa. Hardback, obviously library bound. It's a novel of suspense. Cover price $13.95. So here we go with the game. It's very warm in this sweater, so this game may not take very long because I'm fairly warm right now. What did I say? $13.95. Novel of suspense. Martin Page, The Man Who Stole the Mona Lisa. Has to be 1987. It can't be any other time. And it's 1984. So that's a win in my book. Next up, No Dust Jacket, hardback. Kissinger, The Adventures of Superkraut. And this was originally owned by Mrs. Pearl Testa from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And this is written by Charles R. Ashman, published by Lyle Stewart. I know nothing about this book. There's no cover price. I don't know when Kissinger would have been written about in this form and called a Superkraut and how that's marketed. But I'm gonna go 80s again. I gotta go 82 on this. 82 on Kissinger. And I was 10 years off, still a win in my book, 1972 for Kissinger. Once again, Kissinger, 1972. Next up, we have an intimate portrait of George S. Kaufman by Howard Teichman. And it's about the theater. The theater. We have a cover price of $10 even. I've never seen that before. And it says illustrated. So this thing is illustrated. I don't see any illustrations. But it's illustrated and it's $10 even. No change on this thing. I don't know. Although I did just see, I looked at the first page and there was I can't lie. I'm not that guy. I can't lie. It said 1972. So I think that's when it was published. It was 1972. Hardback. Dust Jacket sliding around a lot. So I don't know what that's about. But it's a little damaged on the top and there's some rips on the bottom. But it actually looks it's not very standard. It looks like there's some usage of different forms of writing in here. I see a little bit of poetry, maybe some short stories, some little bits in here. I'm kind of interested in what this is about, knowing nothing about George Kaufman. I may get invested in that. Well, eventually I plan on reading every book I own, so it'll get read eventually anyway. Next up, W.B. Yeats, Essays and Introductions, Ideas of Good and Evil, The Cutting of an Agate, and Later Essays and Introductions. So this isn't just essays and introductions. There's also later essays and introductions in here. I'm pretty sure people know Yeats. Yeats is a very, very well-known name in the world. What world? World of books, world of literature. That's what I'm gonna go with. World of literature. $6.50 cover price on this. I'm gonna go 1964 on this. It feels a little heavier, so I think they were using a heavier paper at the time. That's one of the only things I'm judging this by. It's not in the best shape. The dust jacket's a little damaged, but the year on this is a first printing, 1961. So still a win in my book. Still a win. I'm actually really excited about that. Next up, Pat Graverson. What a great name. Pat Graverson's The Fagin. That's Pat on the back. I mean, I like your style, Pat. I'm feeling you. I'm digging you. I like you, Pat. I like the glasses. I'm a fan. I like the gaudy jewelry. I like the embroidered T or Ted on your shirt for no reason. Because I don't think it says Pat. It doesn't say Pat. But the Fagin library bound, you know I love it. Cover price of $11.95. I got to go 1981. 81 on the Fagin. And we're looking at 1982. That is a win. And this looks very interesting. I don't know anything about it. Summer vacation or childhood home. Perfect escape from the marriage that was crumbling with the lavender and white walls of her elegant New York apartment. Her adorable 6-year-old son Jason now needed time away from his father if he was ever to survive the divorce. This just got heavy. It looked like some kind of fantasy book, and now it seems like it is not. But eventually I'll get around to it. Lastly for this video, because I need to take the sweater off, because I am very warm, I may be overheating. I may, much like a car, I may need to, I don't know, what do you do if your car's overheating? Turn the heater on or something? Stop the car? That's what I would do. So I believe stopping the video would be the equivalent of stopping the song. I need to stop my mind. We have Al Doolan. Al Doolan's Twilight of Honor hardback. Nice severe decollage on the side here. Dust jacket's in it's pretty rough shape. It's a book of the month selection, no cover price on it. So I'm gonna guess, and I'm just wilding out here, just going nuts. 1961 seems to be a very common year in this stack. I'm gonna go 61, although in my head I think it's earlier. I'm gonna feel like an awful piece of shit if it's later. Published by McGraw-Hill, 1961. Color me proud. Never been more so. I don't like that sense at all. Now, I took everything away that I got by saying that sentence. So I'm done. Oh, god damn it! There was another thing! There was another mug that was bought. There was another mug that was purchased for the mug collection. It is just kind of a white regular ceramic mug, and there's an elephant head on the side, and the handle is its trunk, and there's kind of like a baby elephant on the other side and like a little tree. If I remember next week's video, that will be in, but at the very least I explained it to you. Very cute mug. Speaking of cute mugs, thank you for watching. Ow. Something went wrong. Something went drastically wrong. I don't like Deadpool being on the front either. It's my favorite cover. That's what we're going to do. My favorite cover on the front here. I do love that. I do love that Cave Carson cover. But it's definitely got to be this one because this cover is goddamn beautiful. So, thank you for watching. Archieverse for life.